here. Yeah. Hello to. There's already people on. That's great. I'm not sure who is on waiting or who is watching, but welcome. Today is the 111th question and answer every Saturday for the last 111 weeks. We've been doing this Q&A in some form or other, whether it's been live or whether it was you guys asking me questions, and then the following week I was giving you the answers. So we're going to continue again here today. So if you've got questions, feel free to type them in the bottom, and I'll try to answer them as we go. Otherwise, we're going to talk about what's been going on, what's to come, and of course, those of you who know each other, you guys can have your conversations as you normally do each week as a community. So, one of the things I want to address right off the bat, because it's staring me in the face and probably staring you in the face too, is that I no longer have 2 eyebrows. I have 1.5 eyebrows. You can see right here. Last night I was doing a little manicuring, so shaving up some things. I thought I'd put my razor protection on it that kind of gives it a little bit less of a clip. And so I went to shave up my eyebrow to get those straggly hairs, and I cut off part of my eyebrow. So there is hair there, but it is not full. So it's staring me in the face. Hello, Stephen. Welcome from Australia. So yeah, so if you notice that a little bit different, that's what happened there. I do have to shave up this. I was planning on doing that last week and going for our passport pictures for upcoming travels. We didn't do it last week, so this week we thought we might do it. Now that I've done this little bit of air, that's not going to happen. We'll wait till that grows back in a bit before I get a passport picture. I don't want the next 10 years to have that in the picture. Also, this weekend, the weather is supposed to turn. We'll talk about weather in a bit, what it's doing out there right now. But it's not supposed to be very nice starting this afternoon going until tomorrow morning. But we can get into that when more people are on, because I know how much some people like to talk about the weather in their regions. Stephen, thank you for the emails that you've sent, very detailed about all the different things. I appreciate that, and I appreciated the 2 cards and the envelope that arrived this week as well. It'll give me something to have a video on Monday about. Now, I've been kind of delaying. There was a stamp, I've talked about it here. Ida Marie says it's rainy in her area until about 2, so that's good. Already starting the weather. You're jumping ahead on me. I've been delaying a video about a new stamp released about the total solar eclipse that's coming on August the 8th. I am going to have a video on that. I do want to have it show the stamp on it too, but I've got some other details I want to talk about in that video. So I'm not sure if it will come out this week. Probably, though. I don't want to wait right until April the 8th, but I want it to be a little bit closer than that. And then on April the 8th, I plan on doing a live stream on that Monday to show you what the total eclipse looks like from my perspective from here. So for those of you who don't get a chance to see it. Steven says I could shave the other side to match. I could do that. Actually, I talked about it last night with my wife, and she said, nope, because then you'd just be going, trying to match it all up, and eventually you'd have neither would have eyebrows. It's really not that bad on this side. It's a little lighter than the other side. But now, who knows? Maybe it's a new fashion trend I've just about to start. I see more people are clicking on. That's good. We'll see some more thumbs up and likes. That'll be great to match the people that are on. What is the other thing going on? So yeah, so Monday I'll probably have the video about what Steven sent in his Easter envelope. I'll talk about those stamps and show those. Ida Marie says she's going to be watching the total eclipse stream from work. Amity is on from Finland. Welcome. She's not on for very long, though. She's got some things to do before the ice dance live stream. Perfect. So for those of you who don't know, figure skating is going on at the Worlds in Montreal. And so Medi has actually been keeping me more up to date than my local television has with it. For whatever reason, it's taped and then broadcast live later on for us. I guess with the way the programming happens. She seems to be getting it right as it's happening. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, yes. The answers and questions of the month. So the first Saturday of every month, I ask a question of you guys. And this month I asked you what are things that you collect, or what do you collect. So I have gotten a few postcards in already with the answers on that. It is 2 more weeks before the first Saturday in April, so hopefully a few more will show up by then, and then we'll talk about what the question will be for April. So that's will happen in 2 Saturdays from now. Excuse me. I just got back from the maple sugar woods, so you're going to have a video about that come out later today. I'm quite full from that, so if you're interested in finding out what the maple sugar woods are, and Canada is usually talked about with maple syrup and all that sort of, this ties directly into that, why maple syrup and that kind of gets associated with Canada, especially my part of Canada. Quebec and New Brunswick are big maple syrup producers. Ida Marie says there was a poll of some sort that states Canada is a very likable country. Let's hope so. I think it's a very well-rounded country, well-educated, polite. So hopefully we're seen that way on the world stage as well. So Ida Marie's on, Steven's on, Media's on. Who else is on? We're number 1 in that category. Is that what you're trying to say? Well, it's nice to be number 1 in something or other. Media says I could pencil in an additional eyebrow. I could do that. I could wear a baseball hat. I could wear a toque or something to cover up the top. Maybe a low headband. Make it look like I'm very athletic. I think I'm just going to let it be the way it is. I could pluck some hair out from here and put it in here. Lothia Simpson, doing well. Charmaine from Maine is on as well. Fantastic. All right, let's talk a little bit about the weather quickly here, and then we'll get back to things. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm in Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada, on the East Coast. Right now it is -4 degrees Celsius, and it feels like about -9 right now. We're going to turn this around. This is what you can see in my front yard. No snow. Nothing. It is all gone. I should have put my outdoor shoes on. I didn't, but poor basketball net. We've talked about that in the past. The mailbox. But yeah, if you look around the neighborhood, there isn't any snow. It's a nice day today. It was perfect for going out into the sugar woods. So it worked out well. Now, you look up at the sky. It's not blue. It's a little bit overcast. That's because at around 1:30-ish today, so the next hour and 20 minutes, we're going to start to get some snow. They're saying we're going to get about 10 centimeters of snow, and then later tonight it's going to turn to rain. We're going to get about 25 millimeters of rain, so all the snow will wash away. Might get some freezing rain in the middle of the night too, so not going to be all that great. And then tomorrow we'll wake up, it'll be some more rain, and then it should be 3 or 4 degrees. So messy weather. Ida Marie says, ooh, snow. Yeah. We want it to be spring. It feels like kind of springish now. You can see on this side where the sun hasn't hit, there's scatterings of snow there, but that won't last. Charmaine's getting all the snow in Maine right now. Well, that's the forecast. That's the weather system that's moving on, that's coming this way. And the southern part of New Brunswick is going to mostly get rain or smatterings of snow, and then turning into lots of rain, especially in the St. John area. My son is actually in that area right now. They're going to get up to 50 millimeters of rain. And then middle, central to northern New Brunswick, they're going to get up to 50 centimeters of snow. They're going to get a heavy amount of snow hitting them. So I'm glad we're not getting that, at least. So that is the weather system happening here. Welcome, Roger from Greece. He's enjoying a chilly 16 degrees. 16 degrees. Give me a break. It's 15 degrees in Port Lincoln, Australia for Stephen. There, we're back in here. I'm going to plug the phone back in so we don't have a battery issue. Get us well situated again. There we go. And then I can sit back and read your comments and find out what the weather's like wherever you guys are around the world. Roger, you say it's a chilly 16 degrees Celsius there. What is the normal temperature this time of year for you? Is that a normal temperature for you in Athens at this time? Helsinki has 5 degrees. That's what Medya is enjoying right now. I believe, Medya, you have lots of snow still on the ground, though it hasn't all melted away like ours has. Ida Marie, 65 degrees Fahrenheit in DC, with a little rain making it chilly. So you're having kind of the spring experience right now. It's kind of what you expect it to be. A little bit starting to warm up, but a bit of rain. Also, Roger, it's warmer than it normally is in Athens at this time. I'm wondering what the weather is going to be like in the start of September, because that's when we are planning to be your way, at least for a short period of time. Been very dry for Roger. Oh, Medya, most of the snow has melted other than in the shaded areas of the trees. Max Meyer, do I like spaghetti? Yeah, I like spaghetti. We usually have it about once a week here. It's something that we can have leftovers for my wife to take to work when we do it. My son's not a big fan of spaghetti, so I usually make it on a night that it's just going to be my wife and I. 49 degrees Fahrenheit in Connecticut, so it's a little chilly for you right now, too. Are you having any rain or snow, Ishmael? It's going to be hot in Athens in September, okay? I will prepare for it. Oh, we're looking forward to the sun either way. Raining in Connecticut. Mark in England says it's 5 degrees Celsius and getting colder, and coldness is coming across the Atlantic. Well, hopefully the warmth will be coming up from Mexico and Florida and everywhere, and we'll start to seeing nice spring-like conditions. I certainly don't want any of the snow that's coming this afternoon to stick around very long. I'm ready for everything to be done. Max Meyer says, what am I most afraid of? Ooh. I don't like hair in my food. That drives me crazy. Am I afraid of it? No, probably not. I guess I'm afraid of the unknown. There's lots of things that worry me from time to time. My son going to St. John in a rain-snow system doesn't thrill me. So that's being a parent, I guess, worrying about children. Sometimes you just have to let go, though, and enjoy life. Take those risks that sometimes that you don't know whether you should take, and sometimes those risks pay off. But you go do something, maybe it's a sketchy alleyway that you didn't know you should go down, and when you go down there, there's an incredible store in one of those alleyways. Just an example of things that could happen along the way. Sometimes I need to take my own advice and go out on those limbs and do something that maybe I normally wouldn't. Like, I'm not a big roller coaster fan, but I know when we did go to Disney World, I had a good time on them, the ones that I did. And there are some memories of some of the rides that we did that scared the life out of me to do. But now looking back, it was something that was really fun and really... I'll give you an example. We went to Busch Gardens in Tampa Bay, Florida. And they had a ride. I can't remember the name of it right off the bat, but it was a tower. Like you go up, you're in chairs, you go all the way to the top. It was 300 feet tall, and then the chairs, unbeknownst to us, turned so you were facing the ground, and then it let go. You hung there for a minute, and then you let go for a while. And so when we got to the top, my kids were like screaming, like, they didn't like this. And I was like, you just look beyond the horizon, keep looking outwards, don't look down. And then the chairs turned and faced down, so you had nowhere else to look but straight down. So it was one of those things we look back at now and kind of laugh about. But would we do it again? No, probably not. What do we got here? Sorry if I'm missing any questions that are popping up. Steven says, sometimes the unknown can be exciting. Media says, have you eaten many chocolate Easter eggs so far? We have some really good ones here by Fazer. I have had chocolate. I can't lie about that. I get lots of the little eggs that are covered in tinfoil here, so I enjoy eating those. So I've had some of those. I maybe eat 3 in a sitting, 3 or 4 in a sitting, and that's it for me. As far as Easter bunnies and all that sort of stuff, we might be beyond that now with the kids getting older. I know I took some stuff out today when I went to Montreal, so she has had her Easter fill from us anyways. We will get a few things for Ari, little Easter Lindt chocolate bunnies and things like that. That's what he enjoys having. All right, what else am I missing here? Max says, when do I feel the safest? I probably feel the safest when I'm home. So I'm in my own space, when my family is around me. That's probably the safest I feel. Mark Sutton says, a relation of mine is having success with a rice cooker getting the adhesive. Using a rice cooker to take the adhesive stamps off envelopes. Interesting. I guess the steam from it, maybe? Or do they actually put the stamps inside the cooker and steam them off? Interesting. Roger says, happy Easter, everyone, for next weekend. Orthodox Easter weekend from the 29th to the 5th. And Stephen says, Medea, you can't eat Easter eggs until the Easter Bunny brought them. But there's some logic in that, you know. Are they really Easter eggs if you haven't eaten them from the bunny? I think, Medea, you're going to find there's chocolate being sold all year round. So next weekend, does everybody have plans for Easter weekend? Any plans? Charmaine says, happy Easter to everyone. Charmaine, I think you sent a message earlier. I didn't get to see it at the time. I was reading other things, and so I missed it. So sorry if there was a question in there. Last week we discovered something new, or I discovered something new. I had someone give me a super chat. So it's one of these ones I guess you pay for, and so the question stays on the screen on my end for quite some time, so I don't get to miss it. So I found out about that. Going back to Easter, so Easter I think is going to be relatively quiet. Now my sister Carolyn and her family are planning on coming down next Saturday, and we're doing an Easter egg hunt for my niece. That's the plan. So next weekend's live stream, I may be adjusting the times based on when they're coming. It might be either a little earlier or a little later in the day. And my parents are planning on coming over too, so that could be fun. Ida Maria is working Easter Monday, so Easter will be quiet. Here, as Canada Post employee, we get Good Friday and Easter Monday off. So the next 2 weeks will be 4-day work weeks. So that'll be nice to have an extra long weekend next weekend. Roger said when he was a toddler, his parents hid the eggs in a large garden and he always sort of found them. And that's nice. Because Easter is when it falls in Canada, we don't hide our eggs outside. Actually, what we do is we put them inside plastic eggs. So Daya's had a D on them and Ari's had an A on them, and we hid them throughout the house. And as they got older, we put them in more difficult places to find them. And usually with my memory too, we would hide them, and then they would go look for them, and then I'd forget where I hid them. So I almost, if they had trouble finding one, I would have just as much trouble trying to locate the ones that were missing. So that was kind of fun. When we had a dog here too, the dog would look for them as well. One of the reasons why we put them in plastic eggs that we could use every year is so the chocolate wasn't out when the dog was around. So we didn't want the dog getting sick if they found them. What else we have? Stephen says, what days off work do I get for Easter? In Australia, you get Good Friday and Easter Monday. So same thing for us. Do I do the Easter egg hunt anymore? Well, I will be doing it for my niece this Saturday. More of something that my sister has planned, but we're providing the house to do it in. And yeah, for my son, he's almost 18. We don't hide the eggs for him anymore. It's not something he's interested in, so he just gets a basket of goodies usually. Finland, Friday and Monday are holidays for Easter as well. For here, if you're a non-governmental employee, Friday isn't a holiday. It's just the Monday. It's not a statutory holiday anyway, so a lot of people do work the Friday but get Monday off. Oh, you did the hard-boiled eggs. Did you blow out the inside so they were hollow and painted on the outside? My sister Janet and I did that when I was younger. She taught me how to do that. We didn't do a lot of that, but I do remember painting the eggs, dyeing them, and dipping them. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. Very creative. But as someone who enjoys the chocolate side of the holiday, I like getting the chocolate bunnies, and I preferred a solid chocolate than the hollow bunnies. What about you guys? When you get your chocolate, or maybe you're not into chocolate, maybe you like the jelly beans, maybe you're not into the candy at all, maybe there's another tradition you have, let me know. Ida Marie says, as a USA government employee, no holidays? You don't get Monday or Friday off as a government employee in the United States? Interesting. All right, so you just hard-boiled eggs but painted the outside of it. That's what I understand. And then you just ate the egg on the inside? It'd be fun to paint them. I don't think I'd want to have hard-boiled eggs as my treat, but to each their own. Charmaine's being very cute. She says she has every day off because she's retired. There's some advantages to that. Have to use your own leave if you want to take days off for Easter in the United States in her particular government office, okay? Jack Black wants to know where we go when we die. In the ground, usually. If you want to be more existential than that, that's up to your own beliefs on where you decide to, where you believe. If you believe in a spirit and believe in heaven and earth, or believe in reincarnation, there are so many other ways you could take that question. But the straight up answer is where you go when you die is you go in the ground. Everything after that is up to you and your own belief system. And welcome, Jack Black. If you're the famous Jack Black, the actor, it's an honor to have you here. Kind of going back to that question of Jack Black's, if you've ever watched the evening show with Jimmy Kimmel, he had Canadian Keanu Reeves on one day and asked the question, what happens when you die? Keanu's answer to that one was fabulous. If you've ever seen it, his answer was, "Hopefully, people miss you," and that is a great answer. Yeah, Roger says Jack will never know the real truth of that. You only find out when you die, and if you die, there's no way of letting you others know when you're back. Creative name, Hugh. Stephen wants to know, Mark, when you painted your eggs, were they just one plain color, or were they patterned as in Eastern Europe? Were they like a Fabergé egg in the end? Were they so much detail in your paintings? We almost tie-dye when we you put pinholes in either end of the egg, and you blow out the inside of the egg because it's not cooked, so it's a hollow egg. We then took them and dipped them, almost tie-dye form, into different colors of paint. That's how we did it. We didn't take a paintbrush and paint murals and things on it. So yeah, Mark, how did you do your hard-boiled eggs? Were they painted as a picture? How detailed did you get? How old? Well, if you were young, you probably weren't detailed. But when I see Russian Fabergés and the amount of detail are on, yeah, sure, the eggs are bigger. They're not like a chicken's egg or anything like that. And it's metal, or it's whatever the different things that they put on top of the eggs, the gold leafing and that. But it's beautiful. It's just amazing what you can do. Where is everybody from right now? Where do we have? I know we've got Australia, we've got Greece on here, we've got Finland on here, we've got the United States on here. I'm in Canada. Any other countries that are represented here? Mark's in the UK, I believe. Mark had patterned eggs. That's how they were painted. Anybody be having ham or turkey dinners next weekend? What is there, a family meal or a special thing you guys do for Easter? Maybe some of you aren't even celebrating Easter. That's just a presumption on my part too. Maybe next weekend is just a regular weekend for you. I look forward, after this live chat is done, I'm going to be putting together editing and things, the trip to the Sugar Woods, so you guys will get a chance to see that. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. My belly is still kind of full from it. I'm not as big of a maple person as my wife is, so she got to get a few things that she brought home that she can enjoy throughout the week. Roger says, for those of you that dye their eggs, you boil the eggs, how many, and let them cool off. Then then on the day you get the color of the eggs you want to dye them. Maddie had lamb for, usually has lamb for Easter. Not this time, as father's in the hot. Yeah, hopefully your father gets well soon and is out and on the mend. We often have lamb here as well, not necessarily just for Easter though. Mark says Easter's the most important religious holiday in the UK. Okay. We are missing some of our German community that aren't on today, that usually are on chit-chatting. And a few of our others, like we're missing Jane in the States, who's not on currently. There are a few others that our friends in Chile are not on today. Maybe they'll make an appearance later on. We shall see. Hello, Crust. Make it sound like I'm a priest when you say that, though. I'm not. If I zipped up the collar like that, it would look more priestly. I don't know. I see 13 people on, but only 3 have given it the thumbs up. If you're looking for a song and dance and turning into this one, probably not what you're going to get from these ones. Sometimes they get wacky, sometimes they get goofy. It all depends on what we're talking about and how people are interacting too. Last week, we ran for so long, we went an hour and 45 minutes in the chat. And the only reason it stopped is my daughter tried to FaceTime me and it cut out the sound. So when the sound died, I just turned off the chat. So we'll see what happens today. We're half an hour into this one here. Pretty consistent chatter going on, which is nice. Getting a variety of topics of people asking questions on or commenting on. That's what I like about these each week is it's different. You have different questions. We have different topics we keep talking to. And you guys drive the way the conversation is going to go in the live. One thing I need to do, let's see if I can do it while we're in this. We're going to content here. I've got it running in the background here. Majesty, yeah. I don't know if that's the correct term when talking to me. But Eric in Ontario, that actually I haven't heard from in a little while now, so I'm hoping he's doing okay. He normally sends in different riddles and questions to me that I read off on the Friday. I haven't heard from him in a bit, so I did send him a private DM just to make sure he's okay, but I haven't heard from him. So hi to me, Maurice. Sorry to hear about your princess diagnosed. I'm assuming you're talking about Kate. Yeah, Princess Kate has been diagnosed with cancer, as well as King Charles III has been diagnosed with cancer. They haven't announced what type of cancer, so yeah, hopefully both of them recover quickly and are also a kind of inspiration for other people who are going through the disease. Mark says some people do not celebrate Easter in the UK because of the multicultural country. Everywhere in the world, yeah. If you're not of a Christian faith, why would you celebrate Easter? It doesn't make sense, but some people still enjoy getting the time off for the weekend. Just like we just had Ramadan. passed not too long ago here. Yeah, the whole thing about Princess Kate seemed to, well, they had that Photoshop picture that was really weird why that came out for UK Mother's Day. Why didn't they actually take a regular picture? But I guess if she was ill health and not doing well and going through treatments and stuff, she probably wasn't up for taking a picture. But it caused so much speculation on where she disappeared to and why she hasn't been in the public spotlight since I guess she went in for abdominal surgery at one point before Christmas. Just updating things in the background here as they're going on. There. All right, Maria, enjoy your figure skating and all the other things that are going on. Thank you so much for being a part of the live. I will let everyone know too when next Saturday when it works for me to go live next Saturday. It probably will be a little earlier in the day though. But happy Easter to Maria as she asked to leave the live. At some point in the future too, we may have to start doing things where we can invite other people to join the live, and so you could have a conversation. Maybe not for this type setup, but for other ones that I do, it would be kind of interesting to bring other people in. All right, people, what are you watching this live stream on? Are you watching it on your phone, on a tablet, on your computer, on your television? What sort of medium do you use to watch YouTube lives? This is the point, okay. Roger's on his desktop, okay. I have one in the background here that I can see the channel on. Charmaine's on her phone. Ida Marie's on the phone. I'm on my phone. Charmaine's trying to figure out how to communicate with people. She's on her phone, but she can't figure out the way in order to communicate. I think there's a little button. I'm not sure. I'm not on as the one who's projecting the live stream. I can't tell you what it looks like from the other end to be watching it on the phone. There must be some sort of a button that you, or a comment field or something you can type in. Steven's on his laptop. Now, I know some people are tuning in and watch from work. Others are at home. Are you in your living room? Are you at a desk in your office? At your kitchen table? I'm just getting a sense of where people tend to watch my live streams. Maybe you're out on your front patio or your veranda watching it because it's a beautiful sunny day where you are, or you have a condo and a balcony that overlooks the Mediterranean. Who knows? That's the fun thing about this is you guys are all around the world and you see, I go outside and show you what my front yard looks like, but I have no idea what you guys look like for the most part and where you are in the world. Ida Marie's in her basement. Is it a bunker situation? Are you trapped down there? Do you need help? Blink twice if you need help. You're allowed to leave your basement. Is the basement your where your office is? Maybe is where your zone of comfort is. Roger's changing up the topic. He says, everyone, what's your most common stamp collecting topic theme? Those who do this. I don't collect by topic or theme. I collect by country and stamps issued. So I can't participate in that because I'm not a topic or theme collector. Steven's in his hobby room. Ooh, what else is in your hobby room, Steven? Is it wall-to-wall stamp albums? Postcards? Maybe it takes away from the question on what do you collect, which I don't think I got an answer from you. You sent postcards, but I don't think you sent a answer. No, I don't have an answer from you on what you collect. Oh, I bump everything. I figure there we go. You can see I'm in my office. And I'm surrounded by my father's stamp collection. There are some Lego catalogs down below. What else is in this room? There are postcard and post-crossing towers of things with stickers and all the blank postcards and postcards that I've received. I've got my desk and workstation here. I've got places where my bills are. Just some odds and ends that are up here behind me. A couple terrible towels for the Steelers at the back there. There's a paper Calgary Stampeders, which is of the CFL helmet up on the top there. Right in front of it, I don't know if you can see it right there. There is a box that a chocolate frog came from Universal Studios, the Harry Potter section. That's still up there. Yeah, there's all sorts of little things hidden around here. All right, Stevens answered Roger's question with birds is considered to be the most popular theme for stamp collectors. He collects all sorts of topics, including birds, mushrooms, floral, and fauna, generally about 50 other topics. Stephen, your stamp collection must be massive, and the amount of knowledge you have is incredible. Charmaine says she likes state flowers, and oh, the message disappeared. She likes flowers, birds, lighthouses, state stamps, beautiful buildings. Did you get that? Do you still have volume? Stevens, your office or your hobby room looks like this, but less organized. This is not organized. This is still chaos. I feel like I'm in it all the time. And sometimes I feel like I'm drowning in the chaos too, that I'd like to get at. There's things that I need to do that I just haven't put my mind to doing them yet. Part of that was when I inherited my father's stamp collection. I've got boxes of stuff that he has here. And I've leafed through them, but I haven't really gone through in full amount. One of the things I do have to do coming up, tax season is upon me, and so I do have to get my parents' tax stuff off to the accountant that deals with their stuff for them, and then do my own and my wife and kids' taxes here. In Canada, they're due by the end of April, so it's still a little bit of time, but it's nice to get them done and out of the way. So that might be something I'll start working on this week. Steven says he has sent an answer to his month's question. Okay, perfect. So I'll look for that in the mail. Hopefully it'll arrive either this week or next week before the date. If you sent them around the same time as those postcards or envelope, then I expect they'll be here soon. I'm thinking this Saturday there's a lot of people that are off doing other things. Anna Marie says U.S. tax season deadline is the 15th of April. Okay. So you got a couple less weeks than I do to get them all done. I know people that have put their taxes in and already have got their return back, so that kind of makes me want to do it soon to get it out of the way. But it's just a matter of doing it. It's not a lot of fun to do it. Charmaine says she's done her federal taxes, still needs to do her state taxes. I didn't know you do them differently. At different times, or they do the same time? When we do our taxes, our provincial and federal tax sheets are all together in the same thing, and they all go off at the same time. I used to get the paper sheets for taxes and handwrite them all and send them in. Probably for the last decade, though, I've been doing them with online software, which makes it a whole lot easier. Now we're talking about the exciting taxes. All right, there's got to be a better topic than taxes to talk about. I'm not sure how I even got onto taxes. I guess I was talking about what's in my office and things that need to be done. Stephen, once again, thank you for staying up so late to be a part of the conversation. I know it's in the wee hours of the morning for you now. Stephen says in Australia, the tax year is from July to June, so their taxes start at the beginning of July, but they have till the end of September to put them in. And there are no such thing as state taxes as such. I can say, looking out the window, the snow has not yet started. I think we're having a bit quieter of a session today, so I might draw this conversation to a close early here and get off to do the editing I need to do in that other video, so you have something else to watch today. And see, this is all taxes are done online there. You can apply for a paper form, but they try to discourage it. I would say most of the younger generation are doing theirs online here now, and it's just the older generation, they're still doing them in paper format. "20 after 2 in the morning for Stephen right now." All right, the people on and the likes have matched up. Not necessarily a good thing, because we have 6 likes, so we've dropped down to 6 people on from what we had before. All right, everyone, I'm going to say we're going to draw this to an end. Now that we're talking about the exciting world of taxes, so hopefully you'll tune into some of the other programs I've got coming up, episodes on different things over the next few days. And we'll see you all next week at some point. I will let you know on Friday what time my live stream will happen this time next Saturday. All right, you guys have a magical week.